Hello and welcome to another video, and this is episode 2 of the road to the British Champs. I'm currently stood outside the gym. The weather freaking sucks. This is like the peak of our summer and it's cold and overcast and rainy, but powerlifting is an indoor sport, so that's irrelevant. Right, it's a Monday, which means it's the longest session of the week, and today it's going to be particularly long because this is week 3 of my training cycle, which is the end of my volume kind of accumulation block, which basically means I'm getting in as much volume as I can. So I've got to do 6 sets of 4 for squats, bench press and deadlift, so it's going to take me freaking ages. It's probably going to suck, but I'm trying to be positive about it. I'm trying to like be excited and hopefully aim for some good numbers. The last set of each exercise is going to be an RP 9 or thereabouts. Yeah, it's pretty much that. The gym is that way, so I'm going to head in there. I'll probably kind of chat to you in between the sets of stuff to break it up a little bit. See you in there. Okay, firstly, I set the rack way too high. I felt like in the past it was too low and I was having to almost half squat to get it off, but that's definitely too high. And it's meaning that just like this then I'm getting the friggin' bar stuck on the way out. Anyway, that felt okay. Like that getting it caught really threw me off, but that's 5 sets done. The last set has got to be to an RPE 9. I wanted to get 215, but that last set kind of threw me off. But I'm gonna go for 215, so I'm gonna go 215, hopefully about an RPE 9. I might lower the rack because, like I said, I'm almost certain it's too high. Let's go. Okay, hindsight, it's probably a bit of a mistake. Like, the weight felt okay, but I feel like I misgrooved every rep there. I did move the rack down, so it felt better unracking it, but yeah. This is like week 3 of my training cycle, so I'm not fresh. So to do that for a set of 4, and I mean, I've got to watch it back, but I think it was maybe an RPE 9.5, I guess, I don't know. Isn't too bad. Anyway, bench press.
If you really wanna get to know me,
everything I do, get it past slow. Think El Castro, knowing that the past broke. Not understand, our life's like a blast. Whoa, understand rules, it's eternity to blast mode. Listen, bad to be around, feel it steady though. Grooving on that speed when we up in the stereo. Listen, put the volume up, let's say what's up. Listen, all we doing this music, don't foolish up. Room with my team, 30 North, we around. If you're looking for them boots, out sale for the crowd. If you understand, listen. Now being heated and fitting, putting this out, can you feel it in the wishing?
you seem ready to give up.
Okay, bench is feeling so good. I keep saying it, bench is feeling so good. That was 142.5, so I'm gonna go, I did 145 last week, so I'm gonna try 147. Like, being realistic, it may be more than an RP 9, but it's more fun.
2014, tell them holla at you, telling whole scene. Make some bite at you, put it all and break apart. Hope you good, don't break apart. Essence of the dark twist. F it, you good, listen. Don't let them go and take your spot. Find your zone every day wishing. Family don't break apart. Damn, it's a cold ass world from the start. Very thing we gotta do, stay young, concerned. Wanna change, young fella, damn, who you gon' learn if you understand, listen. Now being heated and fitting.
call it, like that was more than RPE 9. I'm saying it's an RPE 9.5. I don't think it was a max. I think I had a little bit more there. But still, this is kind of almost as good as bench has ever been, so I'm really pleased. It's deadlift. So I kept the weight the same from the last set to that one because I've got one left. I'm not feeling amazing, so I didn't want to kind of do the most I could do now. You know, I wanted to save it for the last set. So I did 240 last week. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Maybe like, I don't know, 2-4 something. A small jump. I want to improve, but I don't want to be unrealistic. So I'll decide, and then you'll find out in about 1,000th of a second. Okay, so last week in this video I talked about RPE. That's a brilliant example just now of how to completely screw up your RPE judgment. That was like an RPE 10 to be fair. But it's frustrating because the way I train, obviously I have to do deadlift last, and after doing all that squat set, after all those squat sets and all those bench press sets, I'm just like, my CNS is fried. So I mean, I'll take that. Like, it's annoying that it was a 10 and not a 9, but I'll take that. I just have to trust in the fact that when it comes to test time and more importantly competition time, I'll be deadlifting like fairly fresh, or a lot fresher than this, and so it'll feel better. Anyway, I'm done. I don't actually feel too bad now. Like, I felt worse after the squats. After the squats I felt sick. I felt like I was going to struggle, but I feel better now. So I'll lie around a bit and then go home and talk to you about something exciting and powerlifting based. How sick would it be if you could do that in real life? Just like make noises all the time, like every movement, just create noises. It'd be the friggin' coolest thing ever. Well, actually, come to think of it, probably friggin' annoying. Like, your friends will probably hate you because every conversation you'd just be like interrupting it with irritating noises. So actually, scrap that. It would be really, really irritating. Okay, we're back in the game. So I've had time to kind of calm down and, like, for a start, stop breathing. Like, my cardio is so bad, I forget. Every time I watch a video back where I'm talking in between like sets, or even if I'm talking whilst walking, my cardio is like beyond it. If it was someone else, I'd find it funny. The fact that it's me, probably quite bad. One day I will start doing some cardio, go for like a run, or just do like a bike ride just to kind of rectify that. But for now, it's not going to happen because I can't afford to eat any more calories. Okay, so yeah, training was good. Like, I'm pleased in retrospect, even though my RPEs were kind of out, I'm pleased with the numbers I hit considering like where I am and stuff. I do also think, although it's frustrating that I messed up my RPEs, it's kind of like a good lesson in, you know, how to properly use RPEs, because obviously the whole point of me using them is that I can gauge the intensity of my training. So like I said in last week's video, have one session that's harder and one session that's slightly easier. Today was meant to be an RPE 9, so the fact that I was doing, you know, some sets at like a 9.5 or even a 10, it's going to throw me out. What it's going to mean is that the rest of this week is going to be harder than it should have been, and that's obviously not what I want. So the lesson there is, if you're using RPE, friggin' use it properly. Don't do what I just did in the gym. Anyway, the rest of my life is going well. Like, I'm off school now, which means I have a lot more time. It means that training should be a bit better, because obviously training like during work and after work isn't ideal. In terms of my diet, like, nothing exciting to report on. Actually, that's a lie. There's exciting things to report. I eat friggin' awesome food all the day, but in terms of like fluctuations, it's pretty similar. I have been eating a little bit more recently. I don't know why. Like, my weight, I had a couple of fairly light weigh-ins last week. Like, I am hovering around the 94 kilo mark, and I had a couple of weigh-ins that were like down at like 94.0. I mean, 94 kilos it's not an arbitrary number. I've chosen to hover around there because A, like, I can eat what I want and stay around that mark, and B, it gives me like I've only got to lose just over a kilo to get down into the weight class that I'm in, so it kind of works quite nicely. It means that I'm heavy enough to hopefully get some good kind of training volume in, but when it gets to competition time in say 12 weeks time, I can just do like a tiny cut and be in my weight class without any stress, or without any of the stress that I had to go through last time around. So the topic I wanted to discuss this week is bracing. So I've said I'm going to choose a different topic each week, something that hopefully is going to be informative and something you can use in your own training, and this has been fairly prevalent for me recently. Obviously I use it myself. I've got a lot of clients who I'm trying to introduce it to, and it's quite hard to kind of write, so to like explain what I mean by this, so I figure if I talk about it now, hopefully it'll be a little bit clearer. And also just for the general population, like if you are lifting heavy weights, particularly if you're powerlifting, if you're squatting, bench pressing and deadlifting, bracing is like super important. Now the big thing here is that like there's almost 2 or 3 levels of it. Like I thought, I mean a couple of years ago I thought I knew what bracing was. I thought I was bracing, and it wasn't until I watched a video, I forget it was someone like an awesome powerlifter other than me. They talked about like the process of bracing and also kind of like physically show themselves doing it, and I realised that I wasn't bracing enough. Like it's not just a case of holding your breath, there is more to it than that. So to break it down, essentially you need to firstly take in as much air as you possibly can. So if you watch me or any other powerlifter lifting, you'll see they really exaggerate the process. Like you watch me deadlifting, it's a good few seconds that I'm actually inhaling air, like I'm trying to get in as much as I possibly can. So you want to get the feeling of your torso just being absolutely rammed with air. When you get to that point, you close your mouth. A thing that I found helps me is that I push my tongue up against the roof of my mouth, which feels like it kind of locks it in a bit better. At that point you're good to go. Then when you set up, you want to push out against your belt. So a belt is really important for bracing as well, because it means that you can, when you've inflated your torso, you can push out against it, and it just makes your torso feel super rigid. It's like someone's filled it with concrete, you know, it just feels like it's not going to move anywhere. And obviously at the bottom of a squat, the bottom of a deadlift, it's very useful. Like it has a massive benefit. First in terms of performance, so if you see it's quite common to see someone squatting and they get down to the bottom of the squat and they have a bit of a wobble. That's obviously going to throw out, you know, there's no way that's going to be an efficient way to squat, because you lose your position, your movement patterns are all thrown off, and you're not kind of aligned the way you want to be. The bar path's going to move. You know, it's very common to see the bar kind of fall forwards or get backwards, and at that point you're very weak. And if you're going for a max, that's going to be the difference between getting it and not getting it. On top of that, in terms of injury prevention, like if you get a really good brace, it protects your back so much, particularly in a deadlift. You see, or I see so many people deadlifting with a rounded lumbar spine, and just by incorporating a good brace, it prevents that, and it makes their spine almost completely neutral, and obviously at that point you are massively reducing the chance of getting injured. So in short, if you want to get stronger and you want to reduce the risk of injury, I mean if you don't want to do that, you're a bit of a friggin' weirdo, then you need to start bracing. You need to start bracing properly. Now it won't happen immediately, you've got to practice doing it, and yeah, you are going to feel and look like a bit of a weirdo. It looks like your face is going to explode, or you're going to like, you know, your bowels are going to kind of empty, but it is a very good feeling when you get it right, and it makes you feel so much stronger. Like I find for me, like I like getting that stretch reflex, particularly now that I'm lighter, at the bottom of my squat, and by bracing properly, I feel like I can just kind of hit the bottom and just bounce right up. It makes a big difference. Same as deadlifts. I find for me, it helps me get my kind of torso and everything locked in a lot better. If you think of just being locked in and think of being really tight, that bracing is absolutely fundamental to that. I wouldn't do it across all your lifts. Like if you're doing some arm curls, maybe calm down, because obviously it is like a Valsalva, and I guess, I mean, I'm sure there is research into it that says it is dangerous, so maybe don't do it all the time, and don't do it because I said so. Like if you go and do it now and your head explodes and you die, then you can't sue me, because I'm just recommending it, like, or I'm saying I use it. But I would definitely use it in your squat, bench and deadlift particularly, because I think there is massive benefits to be had. Anyway, that's enough of that chat. There are rumours afoot that there is a new like sick dessert place that's opened up not too far away from me, so there is a potential chance that we're going to go there shortly. If that is the case, then you're going to see it right about now. And we are in. So this place is called Missy Moves. It's new. The decor, as you can see, is very classy. It's kind of like a chilled out, like romantic couples kind of thing. That's a joke. I've ordered dessert. Now, those losers had already eaten, so they've got this, like a Kinder Surprise to share, and then some coffees. I have asked for the same thing, but they're going to go mental. They're going to like make it like 10 times bigger. So I'm going to go and try and get some behind the scenes preparation footage. god. Okay, so what the hell? Like, I asked for like a crazy extension of the waffle, but this is absolutely ridiculous. That's like 3 waffles, donuts inside it, like Kinder ice cream, these chocolate sticks, cream, freaking hell. Like, I have no idea on the calories, but that's got to be an insane amount of calories. So no promises, not massively hungry, but let's see what happens. Right, I've made some inroads, and this is unbelievably good. And actually, I'm feeling pretty positive right now. Like, I don't know if I can eat all of it, but I reckon I can eat a pretty serious chunk. Oh, okay. I'm gonna sack it off for a minute. So, just to give you an idea of what I'm eating, right? There's 3 waffles interspersed with 3 layers of like 3 donuts, then cream, ice cream, like chocolate sprinkles, Kinder. Yeah, like that is a ridiculously calorific meal, but it's very, very good. However, I wasn't really like prepared. I wasn't really expecting a challenge. I'm not in my best like mind frame for a challenge, so I'm gonna leave it there. And what I'll do is I'll get this in like a takeaway thing to bring home, and that means I can enjoy it when I'm in like a better, more kind of less kind of freaked out mood. If you happen by any chance to be in the Kent or even better Folkestone area, this place is called Missy Moo's. Definitely recommend it. The desserts are unbelievable. They were very nice to make this for me, but I'm going to end the video here, guys. So I sincerely hope you enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you tomorrow.